So good morning class, we're into week 2, okay, one more final week and then we get back to school on the 8th. Okay, so just to recap, we are now again looking at formal written method, okay, so a 2-digit number multiplied by a 1-digit number and we've got to use our formal written method. So do you remember I taught you this last week, okay, which is it's technically the long version of the formal written method, okay, so we're not kind of using the distributive law. This is how I showed you how to do it last week. So literally you got two answers. First answer is generated when you multiply the ones together, so the answer is 12. And look where I've written my 12 in the tens and the ones column. That's really important that you get these columns, okay, and you think about place value. Okay, now we left to times 30 by 4, okay, as we are using the tens, 30 is a 10, we need to put it in our space saver. See where my space saver goes? It goes in the ones column, and then literally the answer to that multiplication, 3 times 4, goes in the 100s. And the tens column, okay, so it's 120. So the 12 is the answer to 3 times 4, and I simply write it in, and then I can add up my columns, okay. So the answer to this multiplication is 2 and 0 is 2, 1 and 2 is 3. The answer is 132, okay. That's how I taught you last week to use a formal written method, okay. However, and this is the question I will always ask you, is there a more efficient way of doing it? Okay, some of you have already found this out. I think Isabel's been looking at this, and certainly Jonty has, okay? It's called the regrouping method, okay? So let me just write the word regroup, okay? Because we're going to regroup, and that's a word we've heard when we were doing addition, okay? So regrouping, just like an addition, anything that goes underneath the doorstep, there's my doorstep, this line here, okay? And this line here needs to be added on to an answer, okay? So I will now be carrying over either tens or ones or hundreds, and I will be putting that underneath the doorstop or the doorstep, and that then needs to be added on, okay? So watch what I do. Again, same sum, so we should get the same answer, but look how quick and look how efficient it is. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm just going to write my ones in, okay? And my 110, I'm going to put underneath the doorstep, and I'm going to regroup my answers in a minute, okay? So I've done this. 3 times 4 is 12, 2 ones, 110. 3 times 4 is 12, and this time I add on my 1. So 12 add 1 is 13. Look at that, magic. The answers are the same. We've regrouped, we've added that 110 on to the 12, that the answer is 3 times 4. So remember, 3 times 4 is 12, and then I add my 1 on, that makes 13. Okay, so that is a more efficient way. So why don't you try doing 2 of the questions, the long version of the formal written method, and then do the rest using the new, more efficient method. Okay, so let me just go through that once more again. 3 times 4 is 12. Remember, it's 2 ones, and I carry my 110 underneath my tens column, and I'm going to add it on. Whatever is underneath the line needs to be added on. Then I say to myself, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. There's my answer, 132. Same answer as before. Okay, try 2 of these, and then try the remainder using the new, more efficient method, which is called the regrouping method. So on this occasion, we are regrouping tens. Best of luck.